Hey, Brooke. Hey, Guppies. My shirt. It's my Jubilee shirt. So, how's it going? Hey, Rebecca. Never know, Rebecca. I might do something easy. Might do some easy categories here and there. I like to do a variety of categories and difficulties, so there might be some easy stuff here and there. Hey, Uncle Buck. Like, here's an easy trivia question. Who did I bang last night? Exactly, your mom. See? Easy. Like everyone giving the same answer. So yeah, see? Easy question. Upgrading your phone next month. So excited. Quite busy last night. Three moms. Yep, three moms. And your dad. There you go. I might need to upgrade my phone soon. Having some issues with, I don't know if it's the charger or if it's the charging port. It's sort of the problem. I don't know if it's the charger itself or if it's the port, like the charge or like the charging port on the phone, on my phone. But like whenever I plug it in, what'll happen often is I'll plug it in. It'll be like get the charging. It'll get the sound effect for charging, and then like it just keeps. It just has trouble registering that the charger's in, so you know, it's on the charger, it's off the charger, it's on the charger, it's off the charger, and just like constantly every second or two. Sure. Yeah, maybe. See, I just have to spend so much time just like plug it in, Unplug it, plug it in. Unplug it, plug it in. I have to keep trying until it actually like registers the charger as in properly and just stays charging. It's very annoying. It's a pretty new charger. Like I don't think it's the charger. It is pretty new. Maybe a connection problem. Yeah, that was my phone. It's 5 years old. Shit, I don't remember when I got it. Maybe 6 years old. I don't think there's anything in this. I don't think I can use the. It is a Samsung Galaxy A71, which is a pretty old model. Pretty sure I got it when I was working at Rogers. Here's what I'll check actually. I assume there's a way to keep sticking something in or out so it's bound to get stretched out. I can have it. Don't remember my login for my don't actually remember my login. Or my password. 529231. Yes. Sorry, just trying to see if I can get logged in to my account. Well, that's no help. My old canceled account. Yeah, I don't remember what my password is, so I'll need to reset my password to get logged into my Fido account. Unless I can log in here. Yeah, sure, upgrade the ad, sure, whatever. Hey, Elf. Hey, Naughty. I have not spent all of my money. I do actually still have most of my inheritance left. So, forget password it is. Okay. She does still seem to be happy with her boyfriend, her husband, I mean. She does still seem to be happy with her husband. All right, try a new password. How much you want to bet I'm going to get? I'm trying to reset the password for my phone account. How much do you want to bet that I'm going to get the can't use your old password? Hey, I didn't. All right. Well, holy shit. So I've had this phone a little bit longer than I thought. Looks like I might have had this phone a little bit longer than I thought. Activated February 2017. So I've had this phone for 8 years then. Thing is, it still works. I don't know that I even do want to upgrade. Like, honestly, I don't want to upgrade. There's time for you. Is it though? Is it really time for a new one? Like, this one still works just fine. Aside from the issues I'm having with the charger. But hi, JJ. Anyway, trivia. Someone pick a category. First non-stupid category I see will do. Snakes. Classical ballet. Video games. All right. First, snakes. To charge connection your phone, you'll have to. That's just Gordon. Sorry, Benny. You first suggested snakes, so we're doing a snake quiz. A mixed bag of questions on snakes. True or false? Yeah, I guess we can do movies next. Movies, then video games, then ballet. We're not doing ballet. We are not doing a quiz on ballet, just for the record. Show of hands. Has anyone here actually watched ballet? Like, anyone here ever actually watched a ballet? Because I sure as hell haven't. I actively avoid it. Anyway, snakes. Snake. The good old danger noodle. True or false? True or false? If you want a snake as a pet, it is better to have a wild caught specimen than a captive bred one. Gymnastics? Yeah, sure. I can understand that. And you're all right. False. You definitely want a captive bred one. All right. Question 2. A good snake for a beginner would be. Hey, Katie. A good snake for a beginner would be which of the following? Boa constrictor, rattlesnake, Burmese python, or corn snake? No. Suppose I'm glad she's. I mean, is she doing better? And yes, corn snake. True or false? It is best to keep king snakes on their own. True or false? It is best to keep king snakes on their own. Never heard of a corn snake? I've also never heard of a corn snake, frankly. Hey, Sam. True, or they'd be peasant snakes. Men deserve to be alone. The answer is true because king snakes will eat other snakes. Question cuatro. How can you tell if a snake is about to shed its skin? How can you tell if a snake is about to shed its skin? It will become extra active. It will lick itself. It will have milky colored eyes. It will have bright red eyes. Become extra active, lick itself, milky colored eyes, or bright red eyes. Those are all really gross options. I mean, bright red eyes seems pretty badass, frankly. And the answer is milky colored eyes. They actually become less active. They do become less active. And yeah, they get milky colored eyes. Which type of snake will play dead if it feels threatened? Which type of snake will play dead if it feels threatened? A python, a rat snake, a boa constrictor, or a hognose snake? Python, rat snake, boa constrictor, hognose snake. My ex. Rat. My husband. My one-eyed trouser snake. How about that one? It definitely plays dead when it feels threatened. Pants python, yeah. Anyway, Uncle and Naughty got it. It's the hognose snake. Which snake family has the most members? Which snake family has the most members? Pythons, sea snakes, boas, or colubrids? Pythons, sea snakes, boas, or colubrids? Pythons was an option, yes. This section's making me nervous. The answer is colubrids. Had a 6-foot python on my back door and window. Neat. That window never got opened, I'm guessing. True or false? Screamed like a girl and ran. Fair enough, yep. Colubrid. They make up around 50% of all the snakes in the world. Non-venomous or mildly venomous. They include corn snakes, king snakes, milk snakes, hognose snakes, bull snakes, rat snakes. So it's all the snakes that none of us have ever heard of. Anyway, true or false? True or false? In the UK, it is illegal to offer live mammals as food, except as a last resort. It's actually false, interestingly enough. I would have assumed true as well. It is false. That said, the RSPCA are against it on the grounds that it can cause unnecessary suffering, and they may prosecute on those grounds. That said, it is advised. It is advised that you not feed them live mammals, because there's always potential of them causing harm to the snake. Which of these is not one of the top 10 deadliest snakes? Teacher used to microwave a mess to feed the snake, which is also not recommended. Because microwaving it, apparently, it can thaw unevenly. Putting in a bowl of tepid water is the best way of doing it. Anyway, which of these is not one of the top 10 deadliest snakes? You microwave the water. Might be different. Anyway, which of these is not one of the top 10 deadliest snakes? Taipan, milk snake, fierce snake, brown snake. Taipan, milk snake, fierce snake, brown snake. Canada trivia. Fierce. Brown, actually. Not ground, brown. Like the color brown. Milk is very dangerous. The answer is actually the milk snake. The milk snake is actually harmless. Makes for a good pet, apparently. Which of these snakes is the smallest in length? Why did I pick a category? I don't know. Which of these snakes is the smallest in length? Corn snake, children's python, royal python, Californian king snake. Corn snake, children's python, royal python, or Californian king? Milk snakes hang from cow's udders. Hey, erg, 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 erg. Anyway, the answer is the children's python. And last one, last question. True or false? All snakes lay eggs. True or false? All snakes lay eggs. True, true, false, true, false, false. It is false. Some snakes do give birth to live young. Rattlesnakes, for example, give birth to live young. Alligator trivia? No. Extinction ballet. Somebody did suggest Canada, so Canada's a good one, actually. Uh, hey, Jenna. Oh, this seems like a good quiz, good category. This seems like a good category. Figure skating Canada. Who's up for a quiz on figure skating Canada? Surely you're all figure skating experts, right? If you can do figure skating, you can do ballet. I looked up Ice Girls. So Uncle Buck's on board for figure skating, but everyone else seems to be done for. He's like figure skating because I thought it was called finger skating. All right. Did you have a favorite sport as a kid? I like hockey. I did like hockey as a kid. All right. Could you pass for Canadian? Trivia quiz. Could you pass it? So, yeah. Could you pass the Canadian? So, question one. When a Canadian gets his T4, what is it time to do? When a Canadian gets his T4, what is it time to do? Die, vote, pay taxes, or harvest garden? Sounds like a car model. Like the Model T. The Ford Model T. Anyway, yeah. Taxes. It's a tax form. This one's easy. I will be immensely disappointed if anyone does not get this one. Beck got it. Few people got it. Uncle Buck got it as well. And Katie got it. And JJ got it. And Vanna. Actually, JJ actually got it. Got bonus points. Taxes or cry. JJ gets bonus points for crying. Yeah. Got my Wisconsin license today. It says I'm a donor. Do you want my organs? I'll pass, but thank you very much, Jenna. If a Canadian says she's going to Tim's, where is she going? I'll be disappointed. I don't even want to give the options. I'll be disappointed at anyone who doesn't get this one. If a Canadian says she's going to Tim's, where is she going? Restaurant. Yeah, the options it gives are donut shop, department store, church, or weight loss studio. And yeah, obviously, the donuts. I mean, it's coffee shop. Hey, Jordan. Coffee and donuts, coffee and donut place. Okay, here's one I wasn't. Do you like things? They have okay donuts. Favorite donut? I think I like the chocolate glaze. Chocolate dip is also really good. Very soft. Chocolate dip is very soft. I do also like double chocolate. That one can be a bit hard, weirdly. Got the best noodle doodle cookie. Nice. Question 3. I didn't actually know this one. If a TV or radio show is on at 8 p.m. on a national network, what time is it on in Newfoundland? 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 7:30, or 8:30? I didn't actually know this one myself, weirdly. If a TV show is on at 8 o'clock on a national 8 p.m. on a national network, what time is it on Newfoundland? 8, 7, 7:30, 8:30. I like anything with sprinkles. And funnily enough, Vanna got it right, 8:30. Newfoundland isn't real anyway. Doesn't feel that way sometimes. If a Canadian asks a shop clerk for players, what does he want? If a Canadian asks a shop clerk for players. What does he want? Cigarettes, condoms, lottery tickets, filthy pictures. Hey, Scapegoat. Players. Player. Players. Cigarettes, condoms, lottery tickets, or filthy pictures. Scratchers. The answer is cigarettes. I wasn't actually sure. I wasn't completely sure on that one because I don't buy any of those things. I don't buy any of those things, so I wasn't sure. I don't think anyone might buy. I don't think my family ever smoked players. I don't remember what they smoked. Heard of player cigarettes? I am mildly disappointed in myself for not getting this next one. Only slightly. Didn't realize it was a brand. What do the terms Briar, Bonspiel, Skip, and End all refer to? What do the terms Briar, Bonspiel, Skip, and End all refer to? Bins, nope. And this one does not actually give options. This one, you just have to actually guess. Ice cream, nope. But, nope. I will give a hint. It is a sport, sort of. It is sort of a sport. Cross, nope. Alien tourist. There you go. Curling. They're all terms in curling. Curling is a lifestyle. Yep. Question 6. Being forced to join a curling team. Really don't want to do it. You hate curling? Question 6. What is the block? Spelled BLOC. Forced to curl, born to twirl. This season of curling as a kid and then faked an injury to get out of it. Clever. So yeah, what is the block? Spelled BLOC. Political party, biker gang, television show, or dance move? Political party, biker gang, television show, or dance move? Jenny from the block. And yeah, the Bloc Québécois. Not the government, no. No, the government is just, is just, But no, it's the Bloc Québécois. It's a political party. It's a political party in Quebec. I think it's from Disney. Mention last night. I did mention it last night. All right. This one's kind of stupid. A Canadian gets $17.65 as her change for a purchase. $17.65. What does she have in her hand? One green bill, one purple bill, two loons, two beavers, three sailing ships, and a caribou. One pink bill, one green bill, two polar bears, two sailing ships, one caribou, one beaver, and three loons. Three purple bills, two caribou, one loon, one polar bear, and one beaver. One blue bill, one purple bill, one polar bear, two caribou, one sailing ship, and one beaver. Cut my arm off to sacrifice to the rice gods in hopes of a plentiful abundance of our holy grains. It's like random stuff I was joking. Okay. All right, so you know how our money is like colored? So our $5 bill is blue. Our $10 bill is purple. Our 20 is Canadian. Or our 20 is green. Our $1 coin has a loon on it. Our $2 coin has a polar bear. Our quarters have moose or caribou. Our dimes have sailing boats. Our nickels have beavers. So the answer is that it's a blue bill for a 5, 10 bill for a 10, so that's $15. Polar bear, bring it up to $17. Two caribou, 50 cents. Sailing ship, next 10 cents. And a beaver for 5 cents. I have a 5-cent beaver. It's a schooner. Yep. We have old dead guys. Yeah, I mean, we always had the queen on our money as well, but the history of the loony and the toonie. I mean, I don't really know the history of them. It was just, I think because, like, I don't know, I think it's just decided that coins last longer than bills. I think was just what it came down to. So instead of $1 bill, we had a $1 coin, and then we got rid of the $2 bill and replaced it with the $2 coin. Anyway, question 8. Who comes to mind when you hear the phrases fuddle duddle, just watch me, NEP, and walk in the snow? Hey, Laurel. Who comes to mind when you hear the phrases fuddle duddle, just watch me, NEP, and walk in the snow? A former hockey player, former prime minister, Olympic skier, or comedian? Pick a lemonade. So yeah, former hockey player, former prime minister, Olympic skier, or comedian? And yes, that was former president or former prime minister Pierre Trudeau. Fuddle Duddle was especially infamous, because he was seen mouthing "fuck off" in Parliament, and it's controversial. So somebody like he was asked about it, and he just said, "Oh, I said something like Fuddle Duddle." Food trivia now. Two more questions. In some parts of the country, notably the prairies and the north, you will often see extension cords running from houses to the curb. You will also often see many electrical outlets on small posts in places like apartment house parking lots. What are these for? Battery boosters, electric shovels, block heaters, electric windshield defrosters. Pickle trivia. Stealing electricity. The answer is block heaters. Um, Basically, they're used for warming up engines. Because it gets cold. It gets cold up north. So a lot of times you'll have the things where you can plug your car in order to warm up the engine. Are you up north? No, I'm like southern Ontario. I'm southern Ontario, and it still gets fucking cold. So you can imagine how much worse it gets up north. So I said battery boosters. Yeah, they're not for battery. They're not actually for boosting the battery. Because like what that is like, oh, my battery's dead. I need a boost. This is for like actually like literally warming it up. Like this is just like so that it doesn't, so that it can actually like run. It's for warming it up. Hey, J Dot. And final Canadian question. This is the last of the Canadian questions. You are walking down the street in a small town in Manitoba and see a local police officer. What police force is she a member of? To keep their cars running in Iceland. So yeah, small town in Manitoba. What police force is used? Winnipeg City Police, Rural Division, Manitoba Provincial Police, RCMP, or local sheriff's office. And the answer is actually the RCMP. Ontario and Quebec both have provincial police forces. In a lot of other, in most of the country outside of Ontario and Quebec, small towns are served by the RCMP. Royal Canadian Mounted Police. It's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. I don't know if I like the pickle lemonade, but I can't stop drinking it. Hey, fettuccine. I did not. I did not vote Monday. I did not vote yesterday because it was raining. So I'll try to go next Monday on the actual day. Food trivia. All right, food trivia. Good food, but not ballet. Hey, Holly. And yeah, did you not hear my answer, fettuccine? All right. This seems like an interesting category. Stuck in that. Fair enough, fettuccine. Fair enough. This actually seems like a interesting category for food. Which course? Uh, we have 12 dishes from around the world. We need to sort them into category. Are they usually starters, main courses, or desserts? So 12 dishes. You have to say whether each one is a starter, a main dish, or a dessert. Number one, prawn cocktail. Is a prawn cocktail usually a starter, main, or dessert? Everyone says starter, and it is. Gazpacho. Is gazpacho a starter, main, or dessert? Vomit. Dessert. Would I ever try gazpacho? I think I would not. I don't believe I would. Chilled tomato soup from Spain. Yep. And yes, it is a starter. Jagerschnitzel. Jagerschnitzel. Jagerschnitzel? 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 I don't know how it's actually pronounced. Whether it's like Yager or Jogger. Anyway, yeah, it's a main. Like Jagermeister. What's that? Jagger Schnitzel. Hunter's Cutlet. Pork or veal. Often wild boar or venison, sometimes pork or veal, more commonly. I don't know what. I know what Jagermeister is. I know it's a drink. Jagermeister? Is it Jägermeister then? Like, I know what it is. I've never had it, but I know what it is. I know it's an alcoholic thing. Wiener Schnitzel? Jaeger? So it is Jaeger, okay. Anyway, next one. Churros. 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 Gotta roll that R. And yeah, that one, Star Wars dessert. Cinnamon Spanish donut. And yeah, that one is a dessert. Kernachken. I'm guessing it's pronounced Kernachken. This one is Scottish, so I'm guessing it's Kernachken. Kranachan. Kranachan, if you want to get it, if you want to be Kranachan, if you want to be fucking American about it, but Kernachken. There it is. Kernachken. Next food for the bin. It's a dessert. The king of Scottish desserts. And yes, it looks like a layered trifle. Raspberries layered with either whipped cream or a traditional Scottish cheese called crowdie. Toasted oats, whiskey, and honey are mixed into the cream. Dish is finished with a cream layer on top, sprinkled with some of the oats, and garnished with raspberries. Crostini. I hate the pickle lemonade. It's good, though. Crostini. Makes perfect sense to be honest. Teeny crust. Kinda, yeah. And yeah, that's a starter. Paella. Hungry now and I just ate. Paella. Paella, yeah, 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 yeah. Paella, yeah. Fettuccine, are you looking these up as I say them, or like Your papaya. I just eat a lot. Fair enough. And yes, that one is a main. Fettuccine is something. Taste is giving pickle forward with a sweet finish. All right, next one. Just eat a lot of chocolate cake. It's delicious. Eaten mess. Eaten mess. Keep drinking it because you're chasing something. Name. Yeah, Eton. Eton as in like Eton College specifically. Like Eton. As in like Eton in the UK. So Eton mess. It is a dessert. Fruit, whipped cream, and broken pieces of meringue. It's yeah, fruit, whipped cream, broken pieces of meringue. What was the question? We're what we're doing, Brooke. It's determining whether a specific dish is a starter, a main dish, or a dessert. So next one, pate. They don't have very good food over there. I mean, they do. UK fish and chips is fucking great. Fish and chips is fucking great. I don't fucking care what you say. Fish and chips is fucking great. You ever get to have real fucking fish and chips over there? Oh, it's great. Anyway, yeah, pate. And yes, didn't think you eat fish. I'm not normally keen on fish, but like you fry that shit, it's pretty good. You fry up fish, and it's actually pretty good. And yeah, pate is a starter. Cassoulet. Cassoulet. Yeah, that one is a main. A stew. It's a stew. Carbonara. Carbonara. Yeah, obviously a main dish. And last one. Last one. Clafouti. Clafoutis. Clafouti. It's French, so clafouti. Good night, Jenna. And yes, that one is also a dessert. What's that? It's a pie. It's a blackberry pie. I think it was blackberry. Yeah, basically just a type of pie. All right, somebody miss watching me cook. I miss cooking as well. All right, somebody earlier did suggest a video games quiz. So here's a honestly pretty easy video game quiz. This one is actually like really easy, it looks like. Question 1. This card game has been found on Windows operating systems since Windows 3.0. What card game has been found on Windows operating systems since Windows 3.0? Sims. Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, obviously it's Solitaire. Simpsons Hit and Run. Another Windows game, this time first appearing in Windows 3.1, is also standard on the operating system, and it's the oldest non-card based game to hold that title. It's the oldest non-card based game to be standard on Windows. The categories here, or the options here: Space Cadet 3D Pinball, Minesweeper, The Incredible Machine, Mahjong. forgot about Mahjong. You weren't listening? That's fine, Killface. I never have anything interesting to say, so don't worry about it. I never listen to myself. Anyway, the answer is Minesweeper. Question 3. This virtual table tennis game has been around since 1972. What is the name of this popular Atari game which sparked the arcade era? I'm always just a little wrong. And yep, it's Pong. Good old Pong. What color was the original Pac-Man? What color was the original Pac-Man? And yeah, the answer is yellow. Pac-Man was yellow. Question was misleading. I think there's been like other Pac-Man games, and probably some of those have played around or something. Would be my guess. In what game? Question 5. In what game does Jumpman need to save Pauline from her captor? In what game does Jumpman need to save Pauline from her captor? Her captor. Jungle King, Mappy, Joust, or Donkey Kong. The options are Jungle King, Mappy, Joust, and Donkey Kong. If that helps anyone. It's Donkey Kong. Before he was Mario, he was Jumpman. Because he was a man who jumped. That was the actual name they used for him in the original Donkey Kong game. Jumpman. Ballerinas jump. Anyway, who was the final boss of Super Mario Brothers for the NES? Who was the final boss of Super Mario Bros? Big Boss? I didn't know there was a boss. The wizard old woman Koopa? Do you mean Kamek? She wasn't in the original Super Mario Bros. For the NES. Wait, is Kamek a guy or a girl? Is Kamek male or female? And yeah, Koopa is spelled with a K, Killface. The answer the quiz wants is Bowser. Bowser is also sometimes called King Koopa. So, I would accept King Koopa. Google says it's male. That's what I thought. The quiz says Bowser. I would accept King Koopa myself, but I never make it past level 1. Fair enough. Tetris! I don't know why I said that so intensely. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said it so intensely. Tetris. How many separate blocks are in each falling block, or tetrad? How many separate blocks are in each falling block, or tetrad? Shit, I wish I could think of how the music goes. Can't think of how the Tetris music goes. Anyway, yeah. 4. It's 4. In the games of this series, players could catch 'em all to become the master of certain powerful creatures. What gaming series spurred numerous sequels, hundreds of species, and millions of trainers worldwide? Thank you, Killface. Very helpful. Fantasy. Catch STDs. Anyway, the answer is Pokemon, obviously. $15 million people in total have subscribed to this PC game, in which constantly expanding game can players be a member of the Alliance or the Horde to fight for their faction. 15 million people have subscribed to this PC game, in which constantly expanding game can players be a member of the Alliance or the Horde to fight for their faction. Fortnite. And yeah, obviously, World of Warcraft, yeah. And last question. Last one. Guitar Hero. For Guitar Hero, how many fret buttons are on a single guitar? 5, 6, 7, or 8? How many fret buttons on a single guitar? 5, 6, 7, or 8? It actually is 5. I was unaware of because I never played it. I never cared about Guitar Hero. Green, red, yellow, blue, and MG! Probably can't stay long, but I hope you're well. Hearts in the chat for MG. Always happy to see you around. Always happy to see you stop in. And yeah. Big hundo. Yeah, how have you been? How you been, MG? This AI to turn you into a pickle. Boo. Come here. Ooh, congratulations. Congratulations. Nice. You have to dance for that $100. Woot, woot, woot. That's the only dance move I know. Is raise the roof. Very well done. Technically correct. Shake them titties. No. I don't want to shake them titties. Partner dances like a windmill. It's terrifying. Arms everywhere. That's funny. There's a song I like that describes someone as dancing like a boxing kangaroo. Which, it's a great line, and it reminds me so much of Chantel. Yeah, I think it's called Dance with Cassie. I'll have to dance with Cassie. Yeah, there's a song called "I'll Have to Dance with Cassie" by a band called God Help the Girl, and yeah, there's a line: Cassie dances madly like a boxing kangaroo, And yeah, like that is how Chantel dances. Like, if you ever go back and watch how like Chantel's dances any of her videos. Yeah, she's just defensive to our kangaroos. All arms yet. Yeah, it is such a weird dance she has. I just release them when we're at clubs and bring them Seattle Dog later. Fair enough. Gotta keep yourself safe. Gotta keep yourself safe there. You know, get yourself out of range. I mean, banana cream pie. Because I get my white stuff all over your face. That's not true. It is Jubilee. Jubilee of the X-Men. And it's her distinctive sunglasses, and that's why I got a yellow. That's why I got it on a yellow T-shirt. Jubilee's got that iconic yellow jacket she had. I love you. Yeah, I love you. And she's got like that iconic yellow jacket, so I like think like yellow T-shirt. And yeah, she's just. I mean, she is a great character. Rock me like a kinetic wheel. What? Yeah, I don't actually even know who Kotaro is. Hey, Nova. When I search for Kotaro, I get Kotaro. Full day weekend. By which I mean, Kotaro. I think Kotaro lives. Yeah, I think it was Kotaro lives alone. Yeah, Kotaro. Kotaro. So it was pulling up the correct result then. I just had different spelling. Makes me cry every time. Very white and do not know my Japanese. Fair enough, yet. Nor do I. No ballet. Well, maybe another time. Maybe we'll do ballet next time, Rebecca. Yeah. Kind of sucks. Quit my job in December because I was just miserable at it. I haven't been able to find a new job yet. Sucks. I expected to get another job fairly quickly, but why did YouTube remind you that I'm a moderator? Oh, I guess it felt you weren't doing your job. Keep this a safe place. Delete inappropriate comments. No, approve inappropriate comments. We want them wildly inappropriate. It's like my vagina. Exactly. That's the shit we want to see here. I did get inheritance from when my father died, so I've been sort of getting by on that. Definitely sticking here. Probably should look into getting like disability or something like that. I do need to apply for something. You know, whether it be unemployment or. Oh yeah, if you're saying sorry about my dad, yeah, don't worry about it. I hadn't talked to him in like 20 years. Books are in Mississauga. Hey, Val. Mississauga is just like not far from Toronto, so that means they are close. They are in Ontario. It's basically just a matter of getting them down to Cornwall now. So they might actually get here tomorrow then. Or Trian. Sure. All right. We'll do one more. We'll do one more set of questions. One more quiz. So, MG, pick a category. Pick a topic. Pick a topic for trivia. Science. Sure. Any particular like? Damn it. Apparently, we're doing ballet. I don't know if there's a. Science of ballet trivia quiz. Yeah, that's not going to work, I don't think. Okay, Rebecca, you want to ask the questions? Go ahead. Feel free. And I'm sorry you're sad, Val. What is a demi-plie? Full or half bend at the knees? I would guess half. I'm going to go ahead and guess half. Eternally sad. Same here. I'm also eternally sad. Because of the depression. Figured it would be half because demi. If you were performing adage, would you be slow or fast? Fast. I'm guessing fast. Slow. Shows what I know. What age should a dancer be to go on point? I don't know. Early 20s? Dated a gal who did ballet better than I know these. Who did ballet, I better know these. Late teens? I don't know. Late teens, early 20s? I don't know. 11 years? Well, I don't know a damn thing. And wait, are we like talking about like when they should start learning how to go on point? What is a porte de bras? I don't know when they pick the lady when the guy picks the lady up. I don't know. Yeah, are we talking about like when they should start learning how to go on point, or like are we talking like that's like the optimal age to be doing it? When I pour port wine in my bra. And see, the thing is, Rebecca. Like, when they slowly move their arms from first to second to third to fourth to fifth, and the correct age for point. And here's the thing, Rebecca. When I'm doing these quizzes, as long as it's not something like really easy, I at least I do give the options. You know? You're just like, what is this random thing that you've never heard of? Until anybody thinks it is. I will not remember any of it. Madonna trended. And I happy now. I would rather you hold off on that for a while, Rebecca. You're like, I'm glad you can, but no rush. No rush on the dying. '80s movies. We're close to the end of the stream anyway, so I won't start another quiz right now. Movies. Princess Bride. Tansman. All right. For NG. There we go. Top movies of the 1980s. Question 1. Axel Foley is the Detroit cop who travels to California to track down the killer of his best friend. He has help from 2 reluctant detectives who keep an eye on his unusual approach to police work. Lethal Weapon, The Untouchables, 48 Hours, or Beverly Hills Cop. That's not how it goes. And yeah, Beverly Hills Cop. Tootsie. Question about Tootsie. An unemployed actor is desperate for work, so he disguises himself as a woman and gets a role in a soap opera. Nobody knows that he is a man, and after a while he falls in love with the leading actress of the soap opera. Who plays the roles of Michael Dorsey / Dorothy Michaels in the award-winning movie Tootsie? Bill Murray, Dustin Hoffman, Robin Williams, or Al Pacino. Tootsie was my aunt's dog's name. The answer is Dustin Hoffman. This emotional movie, directed by Oliver Stone, looks at the lives of a group of American soldiers as they fight in the jungles of Vietnam. Animosity between the two sergeants leads to a second war within the group. It is seen from the perspective of a young recruit. Apocalypse Now, Full Metal Jacket, Platoon, or The Deer Hunter? Apocalypse Now, Full Metal Jacket, Platoon, or The Deer Hunter? Seen none of those? I have seen two of these films. The one that the actual answer is not one of them. The answer is Platoon. Apocalypse Now. I feel like I might have watched Apocalypse Now in like a history class or something like that in high school. Maybe I feel like I watched that one in high school, but I don't really remember. Could be wrong. Full Metal Jacket I've watched. Full Metal Jacket is such a weird movie. Because, like, you got that first half that's really dark and fucked up and just, like, horrifying. And then, like, dude goes nuts. And then it just, like, okay, and now we're going to continue on with us. And then we're going to continue on with an entirely different movie, basically. Like, it's so weird. It's like, it feels like two different movies. Yeah, exactly that. Full Metal Jacket feels like two completely different movies. Anyway, Die Hard. First Die Hard was released in 1988. Who played the terrorist Hans Gruber? Who played Hans Gruber in the original Die Hard? Ben Kingsley, Jeremy Irons, Alan Rickman, or David Morse? Ben Kingsley, Jeremy Irons, Alan Rickman, or David Morse? Who played Hans Gruber? And yeah, in the original one, it was Alan Rickman who played Hans Gruber. A famous archaeologist, Indiana Jones, is hired by the U.S. government to find the Ark of the Covenant. On his way, he recruits the help of an old flame. Who plays Indy's ex-girlfriend, Marion Ravenwood? So who played Marion Ravenwood in India? It is not Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is not the answer. Harrison Ford did not play Marion Ravenwood. He did not play Indy's love interest. The answers are Kate Capshaw, Karen Allen, Diane Keaton, or Goldie Hawn. Kate Capshaw, Karen Allen, Diane Keaton, or Goldie Hawn. And yeah, that's a tough one. Harrison Ford is too pretty. He's his own love interest. The answer actually is Karen Allen. Who knows that name? Like, who's heard of Karen Allen? Like Keaton and Han are both very, very well-known actresses. Karen Allen, I've never heard her name. Next question. Dirty Dancing. That's some Dirty Dancing. Dirty. I'm sorry. Baby meets Johnny, who teaches dance at the family summer camp, and after hours, dirty dances with the other dancers. She learns a routine when one of the women is recovering from an abortion and becomes Johnny's lover. Who plays Baby in Dirty Dancing? Capshaw was in Temple of Doom and Mary Spielberg. Jennifer Grey, Jean Triplehorn, Ali Sheedy, or Kelly McGillis? The woman who got the nose job. Jennifer Grey, Jean Triplehorn, Ali Sheedy, or Kelly McGillis? Killface, you might be too good at this category. And yes, the answer is Jennifer Grey. Next question. Flashdance. I don't know why I did that. Alex Owens is a steel worker by day and exotic dancer by night. Her dream is to get a place at a prestigious dance school. Who played Alex Owens in Flashdance? Jessica Lange, Jennifer Beals, Irene Cara, Jennifer Jason Lee. Hands are called jazz hands. Yep, I know, jazz hands. Jazz hands. Gotta love a good pair of jazz hands. Gap in an extensively filled entertainment center growing up. Guess so. Anyway, everyone should have just copied Killface's answer because it is MG. Holy shit! Thank you very much, Killface, for another 100. Thank you for indulging us. You should do this more often with the chat special interests. I probably should. I always ask for help. I always ask for advice in categories. I always ask people what categories they want to do. Yeah. More hearts in the chat for MG. Double hearts for MG. By the way, the answer was actually Jennifer Beals. Jennifer Beals played Alex Owens in Flashdance. As always, Killface was correct. I made $200 off YouTube this month. I just got my YouTube pay. There's $200, so you've like literally doubled my my normal YouTube. You've literally doubled my YouTube pay. So suppose next question. We'll see if Killface knows this one. Skip and Harry are framed for a bank robbery and end up in prison. They're having difficulty adjusting to prison life until the warden finds that Skip has talent for riding broncos. Name the movie. Stir Crazy, Bustin' Loose, The Frisco Kid, or Trading Places? We know it's not that one. Sam's busting out. Didn't hear. Skip and Harry are framed for a bank robbery and end up in prison. They're having difficulty adjusting to prison life until the warden finds that Skip has talent for riding broncos. Name the movie. Stir Crazy, Bustin' Loose, The Frisco Kid, Trading Places. My Southern Heart not knowing a movie about broncos and to be sent to the shame shed. Hey, Buttercup. Hey, Gochi. Well, Killface, do you know this one? Gene Wilder, actually, Killface. It's Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. The answer is actually Stir Crazy. The answer is actually Stir Crazy. With Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, directed by Sidney Poitier. Love Gene Wilder. Yeah, I mean, Gene Wilder's always like, Gene Wilder is just a delightful man. And Uncle Buck got this one. Yeah, Uncle Buck did get this one. And Rebecca actually got it as well. So Uncle Buck and Rebecca both got that one. Southern side and Jewish side, correct me. Messed up names. Fair. Fatal Attraction. Fatal Attraction was one of the most talked about movies of the 80s. Who played the sinister stalker Alex Forrest? Mimi Rogers, Julianne Moore, Rebecca De Mornay, or Glenn Close? Michael Douglas. Fatal Attraction. Who played the sinister stalker in Fatal Attraction? Mimi Rogers, Julianne Moore, Rebecca De Mornay, or Glenn Close? Good a reason as any to say it, MG, to guess that one, MG. And yeah, everybody guessing Glenn Close, and it is Glenn Close. She was scary AF in that movie. The Karate Kid. The Karate Kid is about a karate master who agrees to teach a bullied boy karate and shows him that there is more to martial arts than fighting. Who played the martial arts master, Mr. Miyagi? Who played Mr. Miyagi? Sonny Chiba, Noriyuki Morita, Takeshi Kitano, Eriko Sato. Who played Mr. Miyagi? Sonny Chiba, Noriyuki Morita, Takeshi Kitano, Eriko Sato. What is wipe on? Wipe off? And yeah, it's Morita. Noriyuki Pat Morita. This one's one of my favorite movies. A detective is a cartoon rabbit's only hope to prove his innocence when he is accused of murder. Yay! I loved Roger Rabbit. A detective is a cartoon rabbit's only hope to prove his innocence when he is accused of murder. Who directed Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Who was the director of Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Barry Levinson, Robert Zemeckis, Richard Donner, or Ron Howard? Barry Levinson, Robert Zemeckis, Richard Donner, or Ron Howard? Got that? Sorry, Uncle Buck. Who was the director of Roger Rabbit? Who was the director of Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Robert, Ron Howard, Robinson, Zemeckis. Robinson is not an option, Uncle. Levinson, Zemeckis, Donner, or Howard? And yeah, Robert Zemeckis. Oh, it is one of the. That is one of the best movies ever. It's one of the best movies ever, and it, like just such an absolute accomplishment of a movie. Question 12. Talked to Tex and it came out Robinson. Fair enough. All right. All right then. When an agent is found dead, Waken thinks of me with funny and loving men and gorgeous sweet women. I mean, yeah. When an agent is found dead holding a Fabergé egg, the British send James Bond to investigate. 007 discovers a connection between the egg, a smuggling operation, and a plot by a Soviet general to instigate World War III. Name the James Bond movie which has this plotline. A View to a Kill, Octopussy, For Your Eyes Only, Never Say Never Again. Connection between a Fabergé egg, a smuggling operation, and a plot by a Soviet general to instigate World War III. You don't like Bond? Ooh. View to a Kill, Octopussy, For Your Eyes Only, Never Say Never Again. I've never actually watched a Bond movie all the way through. Hey, tourist. Like I've never like I remember like there was one time like I think it was a Thanksgiving like I think it might have been Thanksgiving or something. There was a Bond marathon on TV, and like we'd sort of keep popping over to it, but I don't think I ever actually watched any of the movies all the way through. Anyway, the answer is Octopussy, which does have View to a Kill face, which does have the best name of all the Bond movies. You know, Kill face is or Octopussy. Octopussy is absolutely the best name out of all the Bond films. Witness. Witness was released in 1985. Didn't know Octopussy was real. Witness was released in 1985. Who played the policeman, John Buck, who is investigating a murder in an Amish community? Kevin Costner, Harrison Ford, Robert De Niro, or Richard Dreyfuss? Costner, Ford, De Niro, or Dreyfuss? And the answer actually is Harrison Ford, yes. 14. Two more left. Two more questions left. This is the penultimate question. That's right. Penultimate. Not enough chances to use that word. There's never enough chances to use the word penultimate. Anyway, the penultimate question. Born on the 4th of July is a story of a man paralyzed in the Vietnam War who goes on to become an anti-war activist. Tom Cruise plays the lead role. What is his character's name? Gargantuan. So rarely you get to use it in a sentence. Also a good word. Who is the name? What is the name of the character that Tom Cruise plays in Born on the 4th of July? Ethan Hunt, Joseph Donnelly, Joel Goodson, or Ron Kovich? Ethan Hunt, Joseph Donnelly, Joel Goodson, Ron Kovich. Hint, it's a real guy. It is a real person, by the way. Yeah, like it is based on a story of like a real dude. The answer is Ron Kovich. Most famous person you all have met. I feel like the most famous person I've ever met was probably going to be Larry Hama. And I mean, met. You know, he happened to be at Cape, and like I commissioned a Snake Eyes drawing from him. But yeah, I'd say as far as I can remember, I don't really remember meeting anyone. So as far as like people I can remember, probably Larry Hama. Saw Keanu Reeves band play in college. Could have spit on him, but didn't meet him. That's Larry Hama is really only famous like in like the comic book world. Anyone who's a fan of comic books knows Larry Hama. His G.I. Joe comics were huge. And he definitely did a lot of other, like, he had a lot of other big comics as well. But yeah, I mean, he's like a huge name in the comic book industry. And final question, last question of the night. Final question of the night. Honestly, I'm not even going to give the options for this one. Even people who don't watch 80s movies will probably be able to guess, will probably know the answer. Which 1985 movie had this tagline? They were five total strangers with nothing in common, meeting for the first time. A brain, a beauty, a jock, a rebel, and a recluse. Before the day was over, they broke the rules, bared their souls, and touched each other in a way they never dreamed possible. And yeah, there's a reason I was like, I'm not even going to get the options. Yeah, obviously, The Breakfast Club. Does anyone think they actually stayed friends afterwards? The characters, like, does anyone think the characters actually like stayed friends after they left? I think that like by the next day of school, they weren't, they still didn't like they probably barely ever spoke again for the rest of their time in school. I like to think the jock and the goth get together. I think that for those two, my thinking is that they'll date each other except yeah, of course the fucking nerd gets left out. The nerd is left single. Goddamn nerd. Yeah, my thinking is that like the jock only liked the goth when she fit into a specific mold. So I think that they did not last. Because I figure jocks like goths, trust me. I don't know. He seemed like the type of character, like that character seemed like the type of guy who wants women to be kind of traditional. And she was not a traditional girl. And thanks for coming, Rebecca. So I think that they did not last very long. I suspect that probably like, she kept trying to be her own person and he kept trying to pressure her to. But you look so nice with that white dress. So I don't think those two lasted. For the rebel and the pretty girl, jock's like breaking away from the mold because they're conditioned to be the best they can be. They like individuality. They can bring out the best in each other. I mean, they can, but I mean, they can also be hyper masculine. Like a lot of jocks are hyper masculine and like very like, I don't know, like I said, wanting their women to be a certain way. So I don't think those two lasted. For the rebel and the beauty, Molly and the other dude, I don't think they lasted either because he was broken. He was broken in a way that I don't think a high schooler could deal with. Like it's like, I mean, like that's not a criticism of either of them. Like I think it's just like he needed the kind of work that a high school girl wasn't isn't going to be uh, capable of helping with. He got her diamond earring and he pawned it. Yeah, like goths don't like jocks. And like as far as like even just friendships, I think they all went back to hanging out with their own social groups. The jock went back to the jocks. The nerd went back to the nerds. The beauty kept hanging out with the beautiful chick, with the other beautiful people. My daughter would never date a jock. So yeah, I think that like I don't think that any of them actually stayed friends. I think that most of them basically never talked to each other again after that day. And the couples broke up probably pretty quickly. I married a jock marine, so maybe it's just me. Back to the clicks, but nodded to each other in the hallways. Yeah, basically. Did have a jock compliment me once, but I think it was a joke. I mean, that probably is basically what happened. It was like, oh, hey. And then friends were like, you know that guy? I was like, oh, yeah, he's a nice guy. It's a good dude. Like, that's probably basically what it came down to. What happened to Jones? Who's Jones? Who the hell is Jones? Oh, Rebecca Jones, right. Yeah, I banned Rebecca Jones because I never liked her. I never liked her. She just annoyed me. I was a stoner and a jock that got along with the nerds and loners. Yeah, I was the annoying one. Yeah, I banned her because she was annoying. Yeah, I was a loner. Yeah, I was a geek, but I never really found a click. Yeah, I did have a couple of friends, but yeah, mostly I was a loner. Anyways, I did go along with this stream. We went longer than usual. Make sure friends are older out of school. So you got an extra 20 on you got an extra 24 minutes out of me. So I'm gonna get going now. Because honestly the lights are getting me really starting to make me feel really hot. I'm getting sweaty, man. I'm getting sweaty from these lights. So I'm gonna get going. And thanks for coming. And thank you again, MG, for $200. And even aside from that, it's always nice to see MG. Even aside from the money, it's just always nice to see MG. Always happy when you're able to drop in. Since I am out of work right now, if you ever do want to do that game thing that you wanted, then let me know. I've got my email on my about page. It's just my channel name at hotmail.com. So if you do ever like that weird game thing, I don't even remember what it was. If you ever want to do it, let me know. But yeah. Good night, everybody.